Have you got lots yet? Oh, you've got a tea.
I'm filming it for my dad.
Oh. Clever, eh? Well, that.
On departure from Waverley, our Intercity 125 follows the course of the Edinburgh and Glasgow Railway, Scotland's pioneer intercity route, which opened from Haymarket in 1842, reaching North Bridge, today's Waverley station, 4 years later. The 1¼ mile easterly extension required the boring of 2 tunnels. The first, viewed from any angle, there can be few civil engineering structures in the world as awe-inspiring as the Forth Bridge. It stands 361 feet above high tide, with a track level of 157 feet. Linking London with Glasgow via the West Coast Main Line, the Royal Scot leaves Euston at 10:40 and is scheduled to run non-stop to Preston, covering the 209 miles in 140 minutes. The express was first called the Royal Scot in 1927 and used to depart at 10 o'clock. This is North Wembley. This is South Kenton. We're now approaching Scout Green, a favourite spot for photographers in steam days. The 4 miles of 1 in 75 before Shap Summit are no real obstacle to a modern electric locomotive. It's possible to reach the top with a full train at over 90 miles an hour, with some passengers remaining unaware of the task completed. How very different in steam days when the power struggle was only too obvious.
Before my terminal
30-mile-per-hour restriction over the Kent Viaduct.
Central, St Enoch's and Buchanan Street.
On-site signal box, with its modern mess room, provided a shelter when maintenance work is taking place on the viaduct. The box used to oversee the junction with a 5-mile connection across to Hincaster Junction on the West Coast Main Line. The line closed as a through route in 1963. The quarter-mile-long viaduct spans the Kent estuary at its narrowest point. Construction represented a magnificent... How many railway locations are as unspoilt as Grange-over-Sands, architecturally a highlight of the Cumbrian coast?
Posterity.
Is there sound on it?
Yeah.
Greystones.
The new King's Cross station was built with an untypical island platform layout.
Good way, Jerry.
Mm.
Arrow on the hill.
The Uxbridge line diverges here by means of another burrowing junction. The run-in to the dead-end station is approach controlled and protected by 2 train stops. If the speed of the train is not down to 10 miles an hour, the trip device will not lower and the train brakes will...
It's a long advert, this.
Another Black 5. 5189 was built in 1935 by Armstrong.
Model. Wow.
Exactly the ball.
What these is got some of these old ones. I like that one.
Good, isn't it?
So that one's a good one.
A story of speed on the railway.
Alright.
The Silver Jubilee train. Dated Streamline 100 of the LNER leaves King's Cross on her record-breaking trial run.
Three trains were involved in the appalling railway disaster at Harrow and Wealdstone. Each was full of people, and the station was also crowded, with the result that British Railways have suffered their worst accident.
I think I have bought it. Always cool with this. When it's gone on here.
Steam engines have been built at Crewe for 115 years, but this is the last they'll ever make. Nowadays, steam's giving way to diesel-electric power. Over 7,300 engines have been built at Crewe, and that's a lot of locomotives. But times are changing.
Here's a Class 24 on cross-London freight via the so-called Weiden lines, now used by the Thameslink services. The unmistakable gold wings of the Flying Scotsman, about to depart for Edinburgh, behind
D9008, the Green Howards.